Hi, welcome to Silver Tree Tarot. My name's Louise. This is a should I do that thing? Pick a card tarot reading. Hopefully this will be my first upload. I hope that the rain noise doesn't affect the audio too much, but I'm apologising now if it does. I'm just running out of time to actually record this in. I've got someone coming around in about an hour, so we will make do with what we've got. Welcome to my rainy conservatory. Before I get started, I am offering a free full tarot reading. It will be put up on YouTube, so you know, nothing too secret, nothing that you're not happy about other people reading about or hearing about. But yeah, if you want to go at that, then leave your question in the comments below. Obviously, I'm only going to do sort of the first 1, 2, 3 of them. We'll say probably 3. So don't be offended if you're sort of fourth in line and I kind of go, that's enough of the free ones now. But yeah, I will happily do a couple of those to put some content up, show people what I do. Links to my shop are below as well, Etsy shop, and my Insta and Facebook and all that sort of thing. I'm not new to tarot reading, but I am new to trying to do it in the online world, and thank you COVID. Yeah, so my online presence is just beginning, just got my website set up, just got Instagram started. Yeah, just started doing this. So yeah, this is a generalized reading. A lot of people will be watching this, hopefully, or at least more than one. So take what resonates with you. Yeah, always just take what resonates, leave the rest, leave what doesn't work for you. Yeah, you know how pick a card readings work. Focus on the cards. I'm just going to shuffle them around so that they are actually 1, 2, 3. Hadn't noticed that. Dyslexia is a joy. Have 1, 2, 3. Have a moment to meditate on them. Feel which one resonates with you, which one lifts you, which one feels good. And when you've decided upon that, yeah, either watch them all or check the timestamps that I will hopefully figure out how to do below. Okay, so pile number ones. Hello, pile number ones. What do we have for you? So, your signifier is strength, trying times, oh, the bardo. Okay, so should you? Aces tend to be seen as strong yeses, don't they, in all honesty. The strength card is probably down to a change in your circumstances, and it's a needed change. Other people may not. Sorry if you heard that, that's the trains going past. Okay. When your signifier is the strength card, you're dealing with things that are going to try you. You're dealing with things that are going to test you, but the strength card is there to remind you that you can do this. It's not so far beyond your capacity to cope with. Its possibility for reward is immense, and its ability to grow you as a nurturer, as a carer, as a healer, as someone that is fully capable of working with their own emotions. Again, it's a really good idea. You've got the 8 of discs, it's going to be new to you. You've got that apprenticeship idea, the idea of learning your skill, honing your skill, but the only way that you learn skills and learn how to move forwards is through doing. You know, you have to do these things. It's a start, and this is very clear with the ace and the bardo. So the bardo is a space that is in between lives, before the reincarnation. It's almost the chrysalis stage. it also has a suggestion that maybe there's somebody on the other side giving you a bit of support and a bit of help. But yes, you should. Yeah, especially with those two, with the Two of Wands and that Bardo. I think somebody is supporting you. I think you have spiritual guides that are pushing you towards this. It's going to be an unusual path. You may not feel supported. You may not feel that people are doing this with you, and you may feel that it takes you away from normalcy. Or maybe you are already away from normalcy and quite happy to walk in your own, walk your own path, your own unique path. But it's to follow your guiding light in a very spiritual sense. So if this is in terms of healing, if this is in terms of, should I follow my spiritual yearnings? Should I train in the spiritual course? Should I take the course? You're going to get a big yes because of that apprenticeship card. But especially if it's something to do with emotions, with spirituality, with healing people, you'll find that there are people to support you. If nothing else, there's a spirit realm saying yes immensely. And you will have the capacity to do it. While you are starting out, you may doubt that you have the emotional strength, the emotional capacity to do it. But the seeds are there, and emotional strength, emotional capacity is a learned thing. It can grow. We can, we can learn skills that amplify it. And it's like any other muscle. The more that you use it, the better that you get at dealing with it. Yeah, there is a call to action with the wands, but a lot of this is to look within and see that it is something that is emotionally the right course for you. So when you look inside, decide that, then you can only be true to yourself and take that piece of action, do that thing. You can learn the skills as you go along, but you need to do them to learn those skills. But you are more than capable of doing this. You are more than capable of. It's definitely to do with that emotional, spiritual world and the rebirth into a new form of you. Yes, and if you're asking yes, no, yes. But should you do this thing? Should you? Yes, it's going to change you immensely. You'll probably come out of it an incredibly different person, but you might find that you come out of it a very calm, spiritually astute. I hate the word woke. But yeah, a calm, astute person. It may take you away from what you expect to be doing and what other people expect of you, but that's okay. Gosh, it is all about the spiritual path, isn't it? So yeah, I've probably got spiritual teachers, people wanting to move forwards in their own abilities, asking this question. If it's anything to do with healing, anything to do with caring, anything to do with looking after other people's emotions and your own, then this is a massive yes. With the suggestion that there are things that you've yet to learn about it. Should I change my life course? Yes, chrysalis time. Should I get moving after a long period of stillness? Yes. If you find yourself sort of almost floundering in the bardo, waiting to get started on your new you, you're being called to action. You've had that hermit time and you've had that chrysalis time. Now it's time for the rebirth. Now it's time to start working on your path. It's all very well to sit and think and dream and plan and imagine where we want to go to, but you actually do have to take some steps. They can be playful, they can be joyful. They should always be with your whole heart and with intent. But yes, you really should. Okay, that was pile one. I'm going to leave that one there, and I will move on to pile two. Hi, pile two peoples. All right, let's get started on. So, pile two, signifier of the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the castle. The castle as an archetype is very romantic. We've got the knights and the shining armour and the dashing ladies to be protected, courts and courtliness, which is where all the romance comes from. It's also about protection. It's also keeping people out, isn't it? It's that idea of where we want to be. We want to be in the castle, eating our fine foods and drinking our fine wines, not the people at the gates. And that's inside, outside hierarchy. The Knight of Swords, along with the Page of Wands, actually, there's a high energy want to do it now, impulsive, got to get it done, got to get started. But the other cards are warning against that. So this isn't a really strong yes. There's very, very strong suggestions that this will cause some harm, create some bad feelings, or because of bad feelings that already exist, things that have gone wrong in the past that people are angry about or hurt about, they might be a block to you moving forwards. And the end goal is good and the outcome is good, but there's some learning to be done. There's a new perspective to get. There's possibly something to give up as well, but there's a period of waiting being suggested by the Hanged Man. Hang on in there, just hang around for a bit. Watch to see how the sky looks. Watch to see how things improve, how things change. Stop and think. Think really hard about who might stand in your way, what problems there might be. And I'm not saying that this is people who are against you or your enemies or anything like that. This is more likely to be people that you would want to feel you've done your best for, and that you would want to feel love and compassion for. So don't assume, Guru, they're in my way, they're my enemy. It could well be somebody trying to do you a favour. It could be somebody with a very different perspective on what's a good idea to you. Or it could be somebody who's been hurt in the past and thinks that you might be acting recklessly again and hurting someone else. But yeah, there's a real stop and think, gain a new perspective. And it's certainly not a no is the strange thing here. There's kind of a yes, but there's almost a call for be aware that the damage that you can do, if you can mitigate that, if you can talk people through what you're going to do and why you're going to do it, if you can make sure that everybody's comfortable with what you're doing and that you're not going to tread on anyone's toes, or you're not going to rush out on anyone, or that there's good reason for what you're doing, then yes. But this is a real call to pause, to wait. And you might find that these problems, the issues that could be caused, you wait a little while and it's no longer a problem. They get healed, they get dealt with, they get sorted. And then you can do it with a clean conscience, having thought it through, with your strong foundations of your castle and your big castle walls to stop any overspill coming back on you. So yes, you want to get started, and yes, I can see this urgency, and yes, I can see a kind of childlike glee of get me started, I can do this, let me add it. Stop and think. What you want is peaceful happiness. What you want is celebratory times. What you want is this green growth. I do love this Four of Cups. You want the spiritual flowing of happiness to remain and to stay with you and to be sustainable. And that can be, but there's a string of buts. But wait, but consider how other people might feel, consider what the ramifications might be. At the same time, you can deal with those. Once you've stopped and you've thought about it and you've figured it out, then dealt with it, then happiness. So there's a call to careful consideration of how you're going to go about it. So yes, but carefully, or yes, but not quite yet, yes in a bit, yes, but be wary. So consider strongly who's inside and who's outside of your castle, or are you on the outside trying to get in? And if you force your way in, they're going to force you back out again. You've kind of got to get into the castle the right way, otherwise you end up in the dungeons. If it's, should I let someone into my castle? Not just yet. Not just yet. So, yes, but. Hi, my pile freeze. Right, what have we got for you? What have we got for pile 3? Oh, okay. Yay. You've got 9 of Swords as your signifier. I'm sorry. Oh, these aren't reversed. I don't do reversals. This is me just picking the cards up upside down. Okay. I do reversals, but only if they occasionally get turned upside down by accident, and then I count them, because that feels significant. All right, so, me oh my. Okay, there's a lot of Swords. This suggests that this is a worrying problem for you, one that you've been considering for a while. Change needs to happen. The Lovers, it does suggest that this is a love reading, yes, but it also suggests that it's about how you interconnect with people as a whole. So yes, the Lovers card is about couples and romance and does he love me's, but it's also about any interpersonal connections. So friendships and family connections. Yeah, real suggestions that you are considering whether this is something that you actually want in your day-to-day life. Is this something that I should cut out of my life? Is this something that I should have more of in my life? The Tower suggests that it's not a good thing, you know, that you're looking at it going, it's uncomfortable, I don't want it, I want it to not be like this, I need it to be different. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, don't you? Is it going to turn out all right? Hell yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. Decide on how you want things to be, and day by day work towards that. Work towards the lifestyle that you want. Work towards having the people and the places and the love that you want. Oh gosh, so if we've got the Sword here as well, the Sword is about being able to tell right, wrong, light, dark, drawing that line. It's not as easy as it sounds, but the line can be drawn. A guy that argues with you once in a blue moon, I don't know why I'm talking to females, but a partner, sorry, a partner, a person that argues with you once in a blue moon, that's human, that's understandable. If every time you do something that they disagree with, you end up having a screaming match and being told how awful you are, that is not acceptable. And the line between those two, you have to draw yourself where enough wrong is. But there is a line, there's a step over, this is right, this is wrong. There's a line between those two. Define it for yourself. And you can talk about grey areas all you like, but you know, eventually it's a darker shade of grey or a lighter shade of grey. Did you draw your line, decide on where you're going to put it? And only you can do that, because grey areas, okay? It's very easy to go, this is night and this is day at midnight and midday. Dusk and dawn, yeah, without being able to watch the sun go over the hill, harder. But sometimes you can see by the horizon line. So find your horizon lines, draw your lines. Also do it quickly, like cut it now. The worry that you have about it that's being suggested by the Nine of Swords, I'm really sorry, and the Tower, that worry isn't going to go away because you worry about it, if you see what I mean. Waiting this out is probably not going to change things. What will change things is if you decide what you want, what dreams you have. Sorry, I'm circling the moon while I say dream. But yeah, how you want your future to be, do some imagining and compare and contrast your imaginings and your fantasies with the reality that you live in. Then make steps to go towards the nice, to the fantasies. It will make you busy. It will take change. It will have to be part of your day-to-day life as well. You'll have to make it part of your life, but you will do it. You may not feel ready, but you're going to have to do it anyways. You may not feel capable, but until you start doing it, you're never going to know. And just doing it is going to be good for you, to be honest, because you don't want to stick in this energy. And I'm going to say that sword's the sword is kind of calling you out, saying, well, you know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know what you should do. Do it. Yes, there'll be upheaval and change, but that's needed. The Tower is needed. We need upheaval. We need change. We need to make things progress and move on and make them better. Sometimes, if you're living a lovely life, ignore this. That's absolutely fine. This reading is not for you if you're in that lovely world, which occasionally we all get to go in. This is about getting back to that lovely world. Should I leave him? You should change the way that you interact, and if he is falling on the dark side, if he is falling on the bad side, the wrong, the not moral, the not nice, then yeah. But you certainly need it changing. Worrying about it isn't changing it. Considering what's wrong, considering how you can change it, considering what you can make better, all good. But this is so much about change. I mean, the Tower is all about change. This is all about change. Eight of Cups is all about change. Seven of Wands, also, it's a call to change. It's a call to do it because you can. So yeah, I would say this is a yes with a massive hug. Yes, do it. Or if it terrifies you and you think it's a bad idea, absolutely not. Consider strongly how you want your future to be. If you know it's a bad idea, it's immoral, it's wrong, it's on the dark side, I don't care how good the cookies are, don't do it. Should I sleep with someone who's attached to someone else? No, you shouldn't. You should wait until they're single, and if they won't be single for you, run a mile. You have the strength to get yourself out of this place. It's just putting your energy from worrying about this, is it right, is it wrong, into how do I make it right, or how do I want my life to be, what do I want to move forwards from here, how do I want to move forwards from here, and then putting that into action in your daily life. So I want to be, I want to have some money left over at the end of the month. God, that would be nice. I want to have some money left over at the end of the month. Spend less, earn more. Find a way. You might get busy, but into your daily life, how do I save on a day-to-day basis? How do I earn a little bit more on a day-to-day basis? This suggests that the skills grow. As you do it more, the better you get at it. And you probably can do this already, you just don't know because you've got out of practice of trying. Yeah. I think there may be this whole pile, there may be people reading this who are kind of going, either I know I need to leave this guy or this girl or this relationship or this there's something toxic here that I need to let go. Again, that word's overused, isn't it? Toxic is overused, but there's something that's not right. There's something that's not good. There's something that's mistreating somebody in some way. Do you want your future to be grown out of that? Do you want your future to be more of that? No, no, who would? Do the things. To do it in a way that fits in with your day-to-day world, but continue on in the direction that you want to. And this will then fade into the background. If you are uncomfortable in a relationship, if you know it's not going anywhere, move on. Do it. Don't sit there thinking, oh my God, I'm going to hurt them. Yeah, you're going to hurt them, but if you don't move on, what, you're going to stagnate and not be happy. Yeah, that's not fair on either of you. Then both of you become miserable. So I suppose this one depends on what the question is. Should I do it? I think you need to. I mean, if it's something awful like rob a bank with my lover, no. So don't be Bonnie and Clyde. But should I remove myself from the bad situation? Well, yes, you should. Yeah, you really should. This would suggest as well that you kind of know this already, and that you're sort of looking for confirmation for, is he good for me? No, he's not. No, it's not making you happy. And if it's not making you happy, then is it making you miserable? And if it's making you miserable and bringing upset and chaos, then move on, you know. If it's making you miserable and you are making upset and chaos because you're miserable, then you need to consider how you're going to move on. You know, how can you move forwards? Again, there's a positive ending. I do like that all three of these have got a look, it's going to be okay kind of outcome. There's no sort of, if you do this, the sky is going to fall. If you don't do it, the sky's going to fall. You'll be okay. But it would be nice to come out of this energized and working steadily towards improvements. So consider the future, to decide what you want life to be like, which is obviously not, you know, Nine of Swords. Nobody wants to live in fear, anxiety, nightmares. Sorry, I just jumped straight back to social anxiety status me then. I am fine. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, nobody wants to be there. How do I change it? What do I want? What do I want to live like? What do I want my life to look like? What can I do on a daily basis that I can fit in with how busy I already am? Start doing it. Watch yourself achieve. And you will move forwards. You will move forwards. If this is, yeah, sorry, I was about to go into a different reading. It's a should I reading, isn't it? Yes, if it's in line with how you want your future to be. Even if it scares you a bit, just find the small ways, the tiny ways, you know. If you are sort of really anxious and really scared and think you're never going to meet anybody to be your romantic partner, start small, try to make a friend, you know, or just talk to one person in a shop, random strangers, and you'll find that it doesn't matter if they're rude to you. It doesn't matter what they think of you. No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So it's whatever small steps you take to get yourself out of that and into a place of achieving and doing, and out of the state of constant worry. And what would happen is the more people you meet and the more confident you get, the more chances that you will have to integrate and meet the people and meet your partner. So yeah, that's another way of taking it. I went down social anxiety, didn't I? Okay. Yes. So should you do it? Yes, so long as it's completely in line with your future wants and your planned future. Okay. I am going to call that. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got all the way through this and haven't switched off, thank you. Do leave a question in the comments below. Catch up with me on Insta, but please, please, please like, subscribe, do a new channel a favour, do me a big one, guys. And just ask if you want to sub back as well. I'm totally up for that sort of thing. But yeah, am I allowed to do that? Too late. I've done it. I will get in trouble if I get in trouble. Yeah. Thank you, YouTube, for the opportunity to do this. Thank you, universe. Thank you all for watching. All right, so blessed be, guys. Take care, and hopefully I'll be putting another video up in less than a week. Okay, thank you.